For Principal of the Year. I really felt like I got to know the Principal of the Year because when we came out to the school to present the award, it was a surprise. They were having a big assembly, and so I got to pretty much sit in a broom closet with her parents and husband for like half an hour and talk to them. So there were many outstanding nominations for Principal of the Year, but we can only recognize one. And I don't have to tell you what a hard job being a principal is. Everybody who's been on the stage tonight, the principal is the conductor of that orchestra. It just makes it all come together, and when it does, it can be a very sweet feeling. This particular person has been in schools, in the school that she worked in since 2007. She started as a high school teacher and grew into director of instruction, assistant principal, co-principal, and has been the principal for the last 6 years. When asked why teachers want to work for the nominee, the nominators wrote, "This principal is perpetually pushing staff to improve themselves for the benefit of the students. She is unapologetic about wanting the best college outcomes for her students. At the exact same time, she is consistently honoring the humanity in our work." Carrie Spitz, congratulations. You are the 2023 Illinois Charter School Principal of the Year. Let's watch the video.
We really appreciate the energy you always bring to the school, especially for those snowball meetings early in the morning for 40, 50 minutes. This has been a well-deserved award, and we hope for much more from you in the future. And just thank you so much for everything.
When I think of Carrie Spitz as a principal, just unbelievable. I think when you first meet her, it almost seems impossible that someone could be so excited, so genuinely happy to be at work every day, and so truly passionate about everything that they do. But the reality is, that's her. It's not fake. That's 100% her. I've had the pleasure of working with Carrie for 12 years, and she has seen me through some really awesome times and some really tough times, and I would not be half the educator I am today without her. I do not believe that this school would be half the school that it is without her. This is a truly well-deserved award. Like, there is no one I can think of who deserves it more. Congratulations, Carrie.
Thank you, Ms. Spitz, for all the support you have been giving me this year. Last year, I remember giving me as the boy fighter for cheerleading. I didn't think that I would get to know you more this year since I'm in snowball, and I have learned so much about you, and I'm glad you got to know me more this year.
So I'm a dinosaur, as been evidenced by the 17 years at Noble. So I have this typed with big font. This is just, wow. This is incredible and humbling and such a surprise. I thought I was giving a rousing pep rally in front of donors, and I turned around and I saw my parents, and I saw my 2 little kids who are both under 10, and I'm like, I can't win Distinguished Teacher, which is something that you can earn at my network, and families and kids come and surprise you in the middle of the school day. But as a principal, that's not an award that's for me, that's for our Distinguished Teachers. And so it was truly just such a surprise. One of my alumni, Stephanie, was there to help give the award, which she works for Ames now. And she's like, "Do you remember me?" I was like, "Oh my God, yes." And it's incredible to see the generations of Pritzker alumni, even in this room. I've got Juan Pablo that was sitting here with his family as well. As a leader, I usually measure my success by the success of those around me. If I have done my job well, then they shine, and our students and families are getting what they need. So when this happens, I am very uncomfortable. This is super different for me. I'm used to recognizing others for their brilliance, and it feels incredibly humbling to be on the other side. When we do get to sit and recognize the wins in education, it often feels like a side dish to the main course, because the main course is the work that's yet to be done, and there's always so much more to be done. So I'm going to take tonight as a moment to pause and think about, in accepting this award, what has allowed me to lead Pritzker with excellence. True to form, I am pretty obsessed with an organizational psychologist named Adam Grant. I don't know if anybody else follows him. He is one of my favorite organizational psychologists. I quote him almost every graduation. And one of the things that really hooked me was how he said, people do not follow their passions, they discover them. And that philosophy could never have been truer for me. I cannot believe I am here today, standing before you, receiving this award, because growing up, being an educator was the furthest thing from what I wanted to do. My mom, who is here with me today, was a career educator, and as a child, the last thing you want to do is be the same thing that you're seeing before you every day. And so I wanted to be different than that. Fast forward to my junior year in college, I came back from studying abroad in Spain, and I realized not just how much I love to learn from others and learn about other cultures and regions, but I also learned how much I liked to tell others about it, teach others about the cultures that we don't have here and the various different ways that people are living life around the world. I realized that I needed to get into education. And being a junior in college, that wasn't going to happen very quickly. Thankfully, Teach for America was around, and they were very good at recruiting, and they scooped me up, and in 2005, I became a member of Chicago's cohort. And I was able to see if this was a profession that would stick. Safe to say, I went from being someone who never wanted to get into education to being somebody who never wanted to leave. When I joined Noble 17 years ago, I was 24 years old. I had no idea what the charter world was, why it was special. I didn't know the politics or debates that surrounded it. I just knew that I had visited a school on what they called an excellent school visit day at Teach for America, called Noble Street College Prep, and I saw something special. I knew it felt different from where I was every day. I knew I had to be there, like I wanted to physically teach there right then and there, and I didn't know why. Since joining Noble, I have learned so much about the job and why charters matter and why Noble in particular is so special. I have learned how important it is to first and foremost humanize this work. We have so many incredibly hardworking people working every day in our schools to do right by the families that choose us. And I've also learned to measure what matters. Outcomes matter more than inputs. Impact matters more than intent. I have learned how crucial it is to create responsive and adaptive spaces. I've learned that people don't leave schools ever because of the kids. You guys are why we are there. People leave schools because there are systems that do not allow us to see excellence in every corner of the building. When you have schools where there's excellence in pockets and not everywhere, that doesn't feel good. I have learned how top-heavy bureaucracy does not allow for innovation, and how in the charter world, having the less systematic bureaucracy has led to amazing opportunities and innovation on the ground. I've learned that giving parents the agency to choose where they want their children to go should not be a choice for just those that can afford it. This is leveling the playing field. This is equity. I've also learned that just because we have tried something once and failed does not mean that we are going to give up on proving what is possible in education. Everybody here either works at a charter or you're supporting somebody who works at a charter. And for those of us who work at charters, for us too, this is a choice. And we don't take lightly the responsibility that comes with bringing our school's vision to life, our promises to our families to life. For all of the students in this room, especially the high school students, because that's where I'm at as a high school. We know you had a choice for those 4 years. You get one shot at high school, and we cannot mess that up for you. I don't have to lead Pritzker, I get to lead Pritzker. And I want to give credit to Ellen Metz for that language. As its leader, I get to do a lot of things. I get to learn from incredible leaders from Noble regularly. I just used one of those learning moments in my speech. Ellen Metz is here, Brenda Cora is here, Delonte Burns, a fellow principal in my organization, is here. I get to learn from some of the most incredible educators. They are constantly making me better. I get to hire, as a charter school principal, mission-aligned staff. Like, your name was Robert? Yes? Was it Robert? Great. I get to hire mission-aligned staff like Robert, who don't have the traditional credentials to be a teacher. And I get to see them bring things to life in the classroom. That's just incredible. I get to believe in setting a high bar for what's possible because I know I can be nimble with time and resources to make it happen. So this award is truly emblematic of the collective charter community, for all of the policies and funding that we have fought for in Springfield, and for all of the philosophies that our schools are built upon. It is a reminder that our collective hard work is working. Thank you to my staff at Pritzker College Prep for nominating me and for making this work feel more like a home than a job. 17 years and I can't see myself anywhere else. Thank you to Inks and of course to Noble Charter Schools for the level of trust and autonomy that you have given me that has allowed me to lead Pritzker in this way. Thank you of course to the incredible donors for this opportunity to come to life. And lastly, to my parents who are here with me tonight, and my husband, you all teach me to be a best version of myself. My own mom, as I mentioned before, was a career educator, and you modeled brilliantly that really tricky navigation of being an educator and parent. Notice I did not say balance. I truly stand on the shoulders of giants, and this award is not just for me, but all of those that have helped me to become who I am today. And I am so excited for this validation and for the privilege of the work that I get to tackle ahead. Thank you.